HTML forms are a great way to connect with your customers, and adding a form to your website is the perfect way to start a conversation with them. They can be used for lots of different reasons, but typically forms gather information from your website visitor and forward them onto you in some way. They can be as simple as a newsletter sign-up form with a single email field, or they can be far more complex with many fields asking for much more detailed information. In all cases though, HTML forms require more than just HTML and CSS to function. CSS can make the form look pretty, and HTML can validate it. But to handle the form data, they require a backend server-side process of some kind. This is to receive the data, process it, and then store it or forward it on to you, maybe via an email or a real-time notification. That's where Your Tech Forms comes in. We've built a back-end server-side process so that you don't have to. Better still, you can hook up any HTML form to it with just one line of code. Simply point your HTML form's action properties to one of our unique URL endpoints, and you're done. It really is that simple to make an HTML form work with secure cloud storage and an email alert for every form submission. Let's take a look at what Your Tech Form offers. First of all, we have several subscription levels to suit your requirements. Our Lite subscription is totally free and allows you to have a single HTML form connected to the service at any given time, at no cost whatsoever. It also allows you to receive up to 50 form submissions every month, and will store each one in a secure cloud database, which you can access at any time to read them. This level also offers free email alerts to let you know each time your form is filled in, so you'll never miss an inquiry again. The next level up is our freelancer subscription. For a small monthly fee, this level offers everything in our Lite subscription, plus a little more. Here, you can have up to 5 HTML forms connected, and it will handle up to 500 form submissions every month. It also allows you to have the form data sent to you via email, plus the ability to create a custom thank you message, which will get displayed to your users each time the form is submitted. Up again is our small business subscription. This one comes with everything that came before, but with the ability to connect up to 10 HTML forms at a time, with 2,000 form submissions per month. Plus, with this subscription, you can also create a custom redirect to take users to a location of your choice after they submit a form. And finally, we have our enterprise level. This subscription has no limits on the number of HTML forms that you can connect, and it offers a massive 10,000 allowance on monthly form submissions. It also allows you to export your form data to a CSV file, which can be loaded into Excel or any other similar third-party application. So now you know about the subscription levels, let's sign in and I'll show you how it works. Once signed in to your Tech Forms account, you'll see your private dashboard. From here, you can get an overview of your form submissions and how much of your monthly allowance you've used up so far. There are various graphs available showing form submissions over various periods of time, plus quick links to make things easy. At the top though, you'll see a very important URL. This is the URL endpoint that you can point your forms to. It's unique to your account and tells your HTML form to send the data to your secure account within Your Tech Forms. Clicking on the information icon and then on the Learn More button will take you to the code examples page, which will show you how to connect your HTML form to the platform. The black code panel here on the left shows an example of a pretty standard Contact Us form, with a little styling to make it look a little nicer. The form here on the right is what the HTML code actually produces. It's nothing too complex, just a simple form which asks for the user's name, email address, and a message. Looking back at the code panel though, we can see a section highlighted in yellow. This is my personal token, which is unique to the demo account that I'm using here. You will see your own token when you sign in, and this will be the one that's linked to your account. Don't use the one you see here though, because your forms will get posted to the wrong place. Instead, be sure to use the HTML that Your Tech Form generates for you within your own account. If we pause a second though to look at the HTML, we can see the form has an action property which is pointing at Your Tech Form's URL. This is the bit that makes all the magic happen, and along with the method attribute of post, is the only thing that you need to add to your HTML form to make it work. Note here that my URL also contains the name of the form, Contact Us. This will become clear in a moment, but it's basically naming my form so that all submissions can be recorded correctly against the right form in the database. We'll get to that bit in a moment though. But that's it. With just these two attributes, method and action, I'm able to link an HTML form up to the YourTech Forms platform. The code here does have some nice styling to make the form look better, and some placeholder text and form validation attributes to make the form easier to use. But there's really nothing more to it. We can test this code out by filling in the form on the right. We know that this particular form is linked to my account because of the action attribute in the HTML containing my unique token. I'll fill in the name, an email address and a message with some test data and hit submit. When I do, the form gets posted to the YourTech Forms server-side process, where its data is processed and stored securely within my account. A standard thank you message is then displayed to tell me that the form has been submitted successfully. Okay, that's great, but let's now go and see where this form submission has been stored. If we click on the submissions option on the left-hand menu, we can see a full list of all submissions that have been made via any of the forms linked to my account. The one that we just made is here at the top. This list shows me the latest form was submitted today and shows the name that we entered on the form. It also shows that it was submitted using a form called Contact Us, and that this form resides on the yourtechforms.com website. While this list only shows a summary of the key fields from the form submission, the name in this case, we can see more by clicking on any of these values. Here, we can drill down into the submission record itself to see all of the other fields that were filled in plus some extra information about the user's browser. Our form submission has been stored safely on YourTech's cloud database and will be available for me to see here at any time. Note that this submission is linked to my account and only my account, so it's safe and secure behind my own personal sign-in. Okay, so what else happened when we submitted the form? Well, in this case, we have the form configured to send me an email each time a form is filled out. I'll show you where we can do this in just a moment. But first, let's take a look at the emails it creates. Here we have an email alert. This doesn't contain any of the form data for security reasons, but it does tell me that the new form submission was made on the Contact Us form from the yourtechforms.com website, along with the date and time. It then provides me with a link to view the form data. This is a very secure way of being notified of the new form submissions, because none of the actual data is included in the email. It's purely a notification, so if anyone gets hold of this email by accident and clicks on the link, they would need to know my username and password before they could view the form data, so it's nice and secure. The next email though is a little more detailed, as this one does contain actual form data. This example only contains dummy data, so it's not an issue, but if you configure your form to use this email format, just be aware of data security. If your form asks for any personal information, it may be against local laws in your region to have it sent via email. For non-personal information though, this method is a great way to receive notifications, as it offers you a very quick preview of the form data without the need to log in and view it online. Let's now go back to my YourTech Forms account and look at how we can configure our form. I mentioned that we can change how a form behaves when data is submitted to it. So let's take a look at that now. In the left-hand menu, we have a Forms option. And if I click on this, I can see all of the HTML forms that I have linked up to this platform. Here at the top, I have the Contact Us form that we've just tested. There are others in this list, but this is the only form that is active right now. You can have as many forms linked to the platform as you like, but you may only have so many active at any given time based on your subscription level. I have the free subscription level here so that I can only have one form active at a time. If I try to make another one active before making this one inactive, I receive a warning message telling me that I'll need to upgrade. I can of course make it inactive and then activate another, but that's just something to note. If I click on the form name, I'm taken to a page where I can alter the form's behaviour. The form record on this page will get created automatically for you the first time a form is submitted, so you don't have to set it up manually, which is great. When a form is posted to Your Tech Forms, the fields within it will be read automatically by the platform, and a new form record created for you if one does not already exist. It'll be set up using the default settings, but you don't have to worry about doing anything yourself, so it's super easy to get up and running. You can use the fields and switches on this page to configure your form and make it behave as you wish. Some of these settings require different subscription levels, but use the information icons beside each one of them to learn more about them. And that's basically it. Your Tech Forms in a nutshell. Super simple to use and very effective. If you've not already done so, sign up for a free account to test it out with any of your HTML forms. Remember that you only need to add the yourtechforms.com URL to your form's action attribute, and then give the form a method of post, and you're done. A fully working HTML form with database storage and email alerts. If you have any questions about Your Tech Forms or suggestions about new features, feel free to contact us using the form at the bottom of our website at yourtechforms.com. Alternatively, if you wish to learn more about HTML and CSS and how to integrate Your Tech Forms with your website, then check out our online course which will teach you how to write modern and responsive websites using HTML5 and CSS3. It's available at yourtech.co.uk under the courses option. In the meantime, enjoy Your Tech Forms and have fun coding.